God, we just come before you now, just so grateful that this time we have together, Lord, to hear more about Savannah, who you've created her to be, and just the unique journey that you have her on, Lord, with you and here at CCA. So we just pray blessing and peace over her as she gives her presentation, Lord. Lord, I pray that you would just be in our midst, Lord God, and you would calm all nerves or anxieties, Lord. In your name we pray. Amen.
Okay, so this is the high school career of one Savannah Miller, me. I don't know how to put it. Oh,
Hit slideshow.
I don't think that worked.
Hit the X button up in the top corner.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
I want to press the green button also to wind it.
Yeah, that worked. Okay. What makes me unique? I participated in the Fort Lauderdale Christmas pageant for 4 years. It was a lot of fun. Great group of people there. I'm the only lefty in my family. Everyone else is a righty, and the chances of me happening are 2%. I'm a descendant of Dr. Joseph Warren, who was a war hero in the Civil War and fought on the Battle of Bunker Hill, which was actually fought on Breeds Hill. My favorite dessert is monkey bread, which is a family favorite that Dad makes. It's really good. Both my parents were born and raised within miles of where I was born and raised, which was really cool. I'm like the ultimate Floridian. At least half of my birthdays have spent in a car on the road going somewhere. Whether that be across the nation or just like to North Florida, I've been driving. It's great. And I'm a writer, which every writer is entirely unique. Yeah. Hobbies and interests, I love writing, painting and drawing and all that art. Oh, I put art twice. Dance, spontaneous research. I'll just start looking stuff up for random reasons. It's a lot of fun. My friends think it's odd, but it's cool. I love to hike and be outdoors. I love art and animals. A lot of these pictures are me with animals, foster kittens, foster bunnies. This is I think it's a hamster or something. It's really cute. And I took the picture like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. And it ended up looking like I was eating it. Wasn't eating it. Where'd it go? This is something I did in Mr. Merrill's art class, and that in Miss Cole's drawing class. That's a charcoal painting. Yeah, it was a lot of fun doing those. That's at Colaqua. For those of you who are Calvary families, you've been to Colaqua and probably done the Tower of Faith. I love that camp. That's me going overboard painting eggs at Easter. Oh yeah, and I painted the bat symbol on my costume because I wanted a bat costume and they didn't have one. Family influence, my dad is helping me learn patience, something we learned together. I'm very impatient. Mom is still trying to teach me how to plan. It's not working so far, but good effort, Mom. Andrew taught me how to be outdoorsy and to appreciate things that a lot of people don't normally appreciate, like snakes and bows. And Daniel taught me that it's okay to be weird. Thank you, Daniel. It's the most important thing you can ever learn. Because of the family that I grew up in, I love nature, and I be myself instead of trying to fit in. And I know how to get away from technology because that's something that not a lot of people my age know how to do. These are all family pictures. A lot of them are just funny because that's who my family is. That's in Alaska on a mudflat, which if we hadn't gone during low tide could have killed us. Fun stuff. We do puzzles as a family, which that's when we finished, I think all except for 2 pieces. We're always missing 2 pieces. Kind of encompasses us. It's outdoorsy and there's a golden in it. We love goldens. This is also Alaska, and so is that. We lived in Oregon for a year, and that's my brother in the snow. This is Colorado. So my brother's just being funny because there wasn't a chair in the middle of this like sitting area. It's kind of funny. This was a zip lining thing. I can't remember where it was. And that was Jordan Pond? Yeah, Jordan Pond with the whole family. No, that wasn't Jordan Pond, was it? Yes. Whole family. And more family. I have a very large family, but they all live north. Oh yeah, and down in the corner, that's, my brother's got a new bunk bed, and so we decided, because we're a special family, that 3 of us kids wanted to sleep in the drawers. And so we did. It was fun. Extracurricular and ministry opportunities that I've done are the Mexico missions trip, which happened in 12th grade instead of 11th, but still happened. I do Sewing Hearts, which is a program that we sew things for the medical community, like masks and pillows for people in hospice, and we like donate them. Outside of school, I've done the Fort Lauderdale Christmas pageant. That is me right there. Really blurry, but that's me. The Calvary Celebration of Peace Parade, Operation Christmas Child. We went to Atlanta 2 years ago, I think it was, to not just pack the boxes, but open them back up, check them to see if they're all properly like ready to ship out, and then packing them away to actually get shipped out. Well, part of AHG, so like beginning of high school-ish, I would do a lot of service projects and events with them, like 9/11 memorials and other such things. And I also foster kittens, or used to. That was a lot of fun. Those are kittens that we fostered. Yeah. How will I use my gifts and talents after school? This actually starts in middle school, I think. I was bored, so I found this writing platform and fell in love with fan fiction and all that. This is fanfiction.net where I started. And I noticed that like all these great stories were written by normal people, and I'm like, hey, I want to try that. Like, that sounds like so much fun. So I did, and I discovered that I'm actually really good at writing. And that's when I got on AO3, which is another writing platform. Yeah, so I write stories. And this is where I found the story that, it was written by an atheist, and she had done all this research about the topic and like exactly what she was looking for, and it was like prehistoric or something, and hadn't found a single trace of the Bible. And I'm like, you worked so hard and you didn't find any of that because no one offered it to you. I can do that, like through my stories, because those platforms are visited by like so many people. So I can write stories with Christian themes, Christian beliefs, and like values in it, and share that with people who wouldn't otherwise find it. That's just a meme I found in the corner. Oh yeah, then this is where I'm going to college, and then afterward I'm going to be a writer and write Christian novels. how my faith's changed since 9th grade. A little bit about my Christian history. I accepted Christ when I was really young. I was 6. And it was at the kitchen table with my family. And I've always grown up in a Christian home, so it was kind of obvious to me that this was true. So that was kind of just a official moment. I was baptized at Kalakwa on January 1st in a spring. It was very cold. I do a lot of background ministry, in the Fort Lauderdale Christmas pageant and stuff like that. And I realized that I'm not good at speaking or going out and being an evangelist, but I'm really good at setting the stage so other people can bring the gospel to open hearts. So that really strengthened my faith, just finding where I could serve, and finding the calling that God gave me. And yeah, so the verse that I chose, it's really a popular one, but what really struck me was after it, the part about not seeking my own advantage, but that of many, and that they may be saved. So it doesn't matter what I get out of it, it's what I can do for everyone else. And I just thought this was also very fitting, not just because of the verse, but because it's a hurricane, and I know exactly what hurricanes are like, and I know what the surety that this is just a storm, it's gonna pass. Spiritual disciplines. I go to HSM on Saturdays, and I actually serve on the hospitality team there, welcoming people at the entrance. I pray most often in my car, which could be dangerous if the roads were any more traffic riddled. Read my Bible, not as much as I should, but I still do. And I serve in kids' VBS camps every summer, which is something I really love. I love working with kids. Yeah, I was searching for that verse and found this, and I'm like, that is so fitting, I have to put this in. You can't outgive or outlove the Father, so live bold, give bold, love bold, and expect Him to outmatch you in return every time. So my research topic was faith and literature. In the Christian worldview, Christ is in everything. And you live by, I'm just going to quote this verse here, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable. If anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Whatever you have learned or received or heard from me or seen in me, put into practice, and the God of peace will be with you. So everything you do is supposed to be steeped in Christ, including literature. And we're supposed to reject all the evil and what's not good. How we can show that in literature is through the content of the book or literature, the vocabulary used, and in some cases, how the characters perceive the world. The characters are a really good way to show God's love by how they act and treat others. By using a Christ-like perspective. The content of the literature can show real world things, hard things, but from a Christian perspective. So it doesn't have to be all sunshine and roses. Like everyone thinks, oh, Christian, like happy-go-lucky, like nothing goes wrong. Yeah, but it's very intentional when you go that route, because you could very easily slip into a secular perspective. The non-Christian worldview is that faith should be kept out of literature. That's not where it belongs. Just write whatever you want to or whatever sells. Because a lot of immoral stuff makes a lot of money. And they don't care what, like they say, oh, it's just literature. Like there doesn't have to be morals in it. Apologetics. Reasons why I believe the Bible is true, because it is. The Bible is proven to be the most accurate ancient book, even more so than, like, name a book that everyone knows from, like, the Quran, the Iliad. All those books are disputed because they don't have copies that match up, or many copies that match up. And Jesus is mentioned in far more historical accounts than even famous figures like Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar is mentioned twice, one of which is in the Bible. And they're not all in like religious works, they're in personal journals and just writings of everyday people. The description of Jesus' death and resurrection is medically accurate according to the Red Cross, Holy Cross, whatever. And they say it couldn't have happened any other way. It just wouldn't have worked. The Bible tells us many things that have been proven through science centuries before anyone could have ever even like thought of these things, like how the earth is round, the universe is still moving and forming in this cosmic dance. I think that's in Proverbs. The universe is in that cosmic dance because of the way it was spoken into existence. It wouldn't have looked the way it does if it came to be any other way. The way nature is formed and how the parts coexist and interact is so purposefully designed, as if it has a divine fingerprint, taking the words from an atheist's mouth. Gotta love that. Academic growth. There's more to school than just classes and work, although those are very important. Enjoying the extracurricular events like sports games and being in those sports yourselves. Have the phone numbers of at least one person in every one of your classes so that if you're missed, you can get the homework from them, or if you don't understand something, hopefully they did. Get the homework done, it's the day it's assigned. I didn't do this for that, or I didn't do that for this. People of influence. Mr. Green, I don't know how to say, like, he's just always there and has such great advice for anything you're going through. I'm really glad to have had him in my 9th and 10th grade years, because now, like, I can come back to him, and if I hadn't had him those years, like, I would not have the knowledge and wisdom that I do now. Miss Gross, who is amazing and a great listener. She also taught me that wrong and strong is her favorite phrase. Even if you don't think you're doing it right, or you do something wrong, just go with it and have confidence in yourself. If I didn't have that phrase repeating in my head like all the time, I would be a very, very nervous person. I am, but I'm just pushing through it. Miss Grash is amazing. I love Miss Grash. She's just, yeah. Mr. Schott taught me all the scientific ways to prove that the Bible is real and honest, and he's just really amazing and challenged my faith. Ms. Brissette is an amazing listener. I love Ms. Brissette. And she deals with all of our shenanigans. Mr. Howard was amazing and taught me the most history I've ever learned. Well, other than Miss Larson, yes. The two of them are amazing. And they challenged me to like look deeper into why stuff happened instead of just that it happened. Mr. Lucier taught me a lot about family and marriage and myself because of those things. Yeah. So now I like feel like I understand a lot of things now because I can understand myself and why I react to those things. There's a lot more, but doing this at like 10 o'clock at night, I could never list all of them. What challenges I've overcome? The difference of cultures, coming from homeschooling to schooling and First Baptist to CCA was very different. It was like a culture shock. So I had to get used to that. And yeah. I have really slow processing, so like time management so that I can overcome that. I write slowly, which computers are great for, but yeah, other than that. And I procrastinate. Typed out the night before I have to present. Showcase piece. So this is my showcase piece. I did it in human experience class. The book represents me, because I love books and writing and reading and all about that. The colors are my emotions, how I'm like, I don't hide my emotions. They're just all out there. You're gonna see them whether you like to or not. This page is a page of the book, which is fiction, and I love fiction and fantasy and using my imagination. And this page is a page out of a dictionary, representing that I love knowledge and learning and yeah. So yeah. That's it. Oh yeah, and these are artworks that I've done. This with Miss Cole, that with Mr. Merrill. Oh, Mr. Merrill, I forgot to put on the list, but he taught me that how to do the same thing as everyone else is doing and still be very, very different.